Hi, it's KCCK's Culture Chrome. I'm Dennis Green, and my guest today is Rich Wagor of the Five Seasons Chamber Festival and bass player. Was the Corridor Jazz guest artist here.
Yeah, that was a fun one this year.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
You don't get to play that many Montino rhythms in a row that often. So.
I was thinking the same thing. But we are coming into the season when you are focused on the Five Seasons Chamber Festival, which is a week long. There's so much going on in terms of classes and instruction, public performances, and I know that as kind of a warm up for that, you're doing a couple of things at Hobie Days too. So you tell me where you'd like to start. We can start with the big event. We can start with chronologically. Where do you want to go?
Well, I think maybe it's a little history about the festival.
Let's start there. Yeah.
This year we're going to be at Kirkwood again for, I think this is our fourth season there now. It's worked out really nicely. The facilities are beautiful, and with a program that really relies on kind of a lot of continuity between separate rehearsal spaces, it's worked out really beautifully. We are now, I think this is officially our 20th year with the festival, including COVID and the fact that for a couple of years we started the group calling it the Mid-American Chamber Players when it was a smaller, just strictly string quartet program where they allowed me to make a quintet for a while. But we're doing that. We've got a really exciting faculty coming back into the area, and one of the neat things about the festival has become over the years, it's developed into a slightly abridged mission statement and philosophy about what we're trying to do. It's really supposed to be a community organization, bringing community members kind of at large together. And what I mean by that is we have a lot of participants in a variety of ages that range from sometimes as young as 8 to people well into their 80s. And we have also extended that out into kind of our role that we see as our role in the community, which is trying to get the kind of artistic vision we have for like high quality representation for different forms of small group ensembles into places that maybe wouldn't traditionally think about doing something other than a kind of cover band situation or something like that. So one of the things that we're doing along those lines is we're actually sponsoring a spot at Hobie Days this spring. It's going to be on May 16th, and it's going to be from noon to 3. We're actually helping subsidize, with the help of Hobie Days, the Swampland Jewels Trio, where we've started developing a relationship with that community, and especially the Czech and Slovak Museum as well, because as a trio with Forrest Husgenfeld and Nate Basinger and I, we do some traditional Czech polkas and kind of do the kind of fusion work, blending that with some of their Gulf Coast diaspora music into something that I think is pretty reflective of what we do at the festival as well, and helps us get out in the community. In addition, with some of our older participants that we have from the festival, including my dear old dad, we're going to have the East End Brass Quartet doing some swing music and some probably a few Czech tunes too. So.
And if this does not sound like your definition of chamber music, that's because the Cedar Rapids Chamber Festival uses the most broad definition of chamber music. Most people, when they think chamber music, you think, oh, string quartet.
Yeah.
But chamber music really is any small group in any genre or format, broadly, right?
Right. And then, again, we started as the Five Seasons Chamber Music Festival, and the organization has grown somewhat over the years. We have about 8 people on our board now, including some locals like Deetta Anderson and John Welch, who is the director at Iowa City West High School for the orchestra. And my mom is also a founding member of it. Stephanie Wagor is our executive director. I'm now the managing director of the organization. That probably boils down to operations to a certain extent.
One line on the job description, other duties as a son.
Exactly. So, yeah, let's not talk about like dollars and hours and stuff like that. But
Yeah, ooh, whatever you do, don't try and calculate an hourly rate. It's too depressing.
But I guess to sum it up, we've got a really exciting faculty coming again this year. We really are into this idea of community. So our faculty comes from local people. Lynn Hart's involved. I'm involved. We've got Rachel Walter, who's doing her doctoral degree at the University of Iowa. Kean Hyatt on violin. Kean Hyatt is a bassoonist that I met when I was doing some work in the Quad Cities. She's going to be there. She's doing her master's at the University of Iowa. We even have some really exciting interns, a violinist and a bass player from the University of Iowa. We've got returning my good friend Dave Egger, who is pretty well known for things like working with the Foreigner organization and
Foreigner, the rock band.
Yeah.
And well, and they're retiring, so now he's got time on his hands.
Right, and Evanescence. But he's kind of a prototypical like crossover artist. Is like he also had a contemporary quartet that was quite well established in New York at one point too. He's kind of picking up a role with John and I of like helping organize a little bit. We've got a lady named Erica Dicker who's going to be another one of our violin faculty members who performs within the Mostly Modern Ensemble Music Festival in New York. She's going to be coming this year. And then we also have John Diversa coming from the University of Miami. He's returning. And
John Diversa, who's a trumpet player, whose music we play a lot here on KCCK. I mean, he is, well, start with teaching on the University of Miami faculty. That says something right there. But yeah, we play his music all the time here.
Right. So
definitely, a straight ahead jazz guy is what I'm saying.
Yeah, with also amazing arranging chops that we end up being able to translate into something that the whole festival can do. So this year, on top of it being kind of a traditional and non-traditional chamber platform, we also do have a big band that people are encouraged to come and participate in. We usually need a few people around the edges each year, on sax, trumpet, trombone, sometimes rhythm section players to come in and help fill out that group. And we also have a mass ensemble that ends up being an orchestra. And pretty much everyone in the festival, with very few exceptions, ends up playing. We've even in the past, created simplified parts for young people who were intimidated by the rep. And this year we're doing some pretty exciting stuff. Fred Kaiser's going to be singing "Bring Him Home" from Les Mis. We're also doing the Mambo from the Bernstein West Side Story Suite and Beethoven Egmont Overture.
Oh wow, boy, so, that's a variety.
And again, kind of reflects, what we do, and the fact that we've got a lot of people that in this organization that come and work with us who do a lot of different roles within the music business. Kind of, in my opinion, sort of the modern approach to building a music career.
Yeah. The one that means don't be a specialist.
Right.
Be able to do a little bit of everything, because that's the only way you're going to make a living.
Now, today, when I slightly messed up the time I was supposed to be here because I have 8 different appointments after doing a weekend of 5 services of Swan Lake, a rock band show, playing a chamber music job, playing with some students at Augustana last night, and already having taught 1 lesson today, there's a little bit of pressure to specialize in a way that I may not be able to. But
well, it's as Robert Heinlein once said, specialization is for insects.
Okay. Yeah.
So broadly then, the Five Seasons Chamber Festival is, if you have a young person interested in music, and again, any instrument, don't think this is just for string players, this is a great summer camp, week-long summer camp experience for them.
It really is.
But if you still play your instrument or want to go back to playing an instrument, this is it's also a grown-up summer camp.
Right. It's really for anyone who is interested in trying to learn new things, work on their instrument, get together and have a sense of community with some people that they might not have contact with.
And even though you got some really high-powered players coming in, everybody is ready to meet the students where they are.
It really is. It's pretty neat because on top of that, one of the things that we're developing and trying to promote with our philosophy that we've developed over the last 20 years is that everyone can play music together. And we have a lot of mentorship. We have a lot of like side-by-side playing. When you're playing in the orchestra, you might be playing with someone, who just came in from, playing a crazy Stockhausen piece at a contemporary ensemble and is sitting there playing the Beethoven Egmont Overture on cello with you, and you're sharing a stand. Those things kind of things can happen.
If people are interested in learning more or getting signed up, I guess we should say, what are the dates for the festival?
Yeah, the festival is going to be the 22nd through the 26th of June, with performances on the 25th and 26th.
And those are open to the public.
Those are open to the public in Ballantyne Auditorium. Additionally, we have a partnership with the Shakespeare Garden, and we have singing and dancing that is kind of in that spirit of that all of the participants do in the wee hours of the morning when we start the program. And they are encouraged to go and enjoy the program at 7 p.m. on the 27th in Shakespeare Garden.
Okay. And you have a web presence, I'm sure, where people can go to get signed up and learn more.
www.fiveseasonschambermusic.com.
Okay. Or you could just come on the 16th and hear the Swampland Jewels Trio and ask Rich right then and there if it's right for you.
It's a good time. We'll be there from 12 to 3 on the 16th.
All right. Again, fiveseasonschambermusic.org. .com. fiveseasonschambermusic.com if you'd like to know more. Well, as we get closer, you want to come back and talk about the public concerts? Let's do that. And in the meantime, good luck in the planning session and all the things leading up to it.
All right. Thanks. Dennis.
You can hear the Culture Crawl live on the radio most weekdays at 10:30, on demand at kcck.org/culture, or subscribe using your favorite podcast player. Watch our videos on the KCCK Facebook and YouTube channels. Our producer is Lydia Kilgore. The Culture Crawl theme is composed by Vivian Shanley. I'm Dennis Green, and I'll talk to you later.